Hey guys, welcome back to my channel if you're new. I'm Petra and this is going to be my Halloween tutorial. Obviously I am the famous Edward Scissorhands, good old Johnny Depp. That's such a good movie, such a sad but good movie. So I don't know, I just thought, I was thinking like Tim Burton-esque something I wanted to be this year, and then Edward Scissorhands popped into my mind. So that's who I have decided to be, and I wanted to try and get something up. I know this is super late, everybody else plans their Halloween videos, but I don't. And so I thought that I would try and throw up this quick one. I know it's only a day before Halloween, but whatever. Anyways, I just wanted to show you what I did. I will try to get some like full body pictures posted on my Instagram if I can't get them in this video, but yeah, I will definitely throw up some photos because this costume was hard to make. I even had the help of my lovely mom who helped me sew a few things on and helped me glue a bit and stuff because this thing definitely was a lot of work. So I'm sure I get some photos of that so you guys can see it. There's this awesome girl on YouTube that does like a lot of cosplay costumes and things like that. She did an Edward Scissorhands that's like totally from scratch and it's incredible. I got a lot of my ideas from her, but she made so many things. It is intense. Like that would have taken probably months to do, where this took me like a couple long days of just working on the costume. But anyways, I'm gonna quit blabbing and let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so I've already actually glued my brows down a little bit, which I don't know if you can tell. I just wanted to save some time in the video. So I just went in with this Elmers glue stick. I saw this I got that from Allison Tabitha's channel as well. So then she also, to make the scars, she takes some of that glue and she cut it off of the top. So she just like kind of, you know, cuts this off and then she just put it on like a paper plate and then like mixed it up to make it like kind of a like more pasty like consistency. I guess latex bothers her skin, which I think it irritates mine too because I've used the lash glue with latex and I don't always get like itchy, my eyes get itchy. So I thought I'd try the Elmer's glue idea too for the scars. So that's what I'm going to go in with now, and I kind of have a photo here for reference to kind of duplicate what the scars look like on Edward. He has like a big scar on his left brow. Okay, so now I'm just letting those dry, and then the next thing I'm going to go in with is my foundation, and I don't have a light enough foundation. I think I might pick some up before actual like Halloween. I'm just going to kind of use some of my lighter concealers right now and then mix it with my foundation to kind of get like more of that pale look, because he's like, Edward's really pale, like almost white, but you can still kind of see his skin like tone a little bit through it. So I'm definitely already a little tan, so I need to, you know, tone it down a little bit more. I have this light shade, actually this might be better too. I have that Naked Skin by Urban Decay, and that's in the shade Light Warm. Then I'm gonna start blending it and covering up the scars with that too. So yeah, this is not quite. I need more of like a cool tone shade too, because he's definitely not warm toned. He's definitely like that kind of dead looking cold tone. Cold tone. Alright, so I'm just gonna blend this. Try and blend it carefully over my scars. I need to go over my brow. So I'm gonna go in actually with this Infallible. This might be a little better, but I need to take it over my brows too because he doesn't have any brows. Paleness. I need paleness. a little more pale. So I'm trying to like see how this is going to work for actual Halloween, so I'm not just going into this blindly, but I'm going to obviously have to like fix my brow up here a little. I think this side smoothed out good with the glue, but I think when I was putting it on it dried too much over here, so now I'm like having issues. But anyways, you know, I'm not a special effects artist, but you know, I'm just trying. I'm trying to do my best here. Okay, so that's pretty much the scar part, which I feel like is kind of one of the harder parts to get done. And so then I am gonna go into now doing some powder. So I'm just gonna go in, this is the palest powder I have, even though it still has like a yellow tone. It is my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. Just going in with powder all over to set everything. So now I'm going in with the Hourglass Ambient Setting Powder and Diffused Light right here. Or lighting powder, it's ambient lighting powder, which is a little more pale too. So I'm just gonna kind of really pack that on, because now I have to do like all the like contouring parts, because he's very like sallow, and I have like, you know, some cheeks here. Some cheeks that need to be cut up. So now I'm going to go in and start contouring a little bit here, and I am just going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette right here, and I think I'm going to go in with this middle shade there for contouring. So I'm just taking this MAC, I never know the number because it's worn off, it's like a 2 something, I don't know, it's just this like pencil brush, and I'm just going to kind of like start outlining my nostrils a little bit, because he has a really kind of pointed nose. I'm trying to point on here. Just contour that side of my nose since I need that to straighten up. I'm going to contour the corners of my mouth down. And then with another MAC like contour brush, once again the numbers come off on this, I'm just going to dust a little bit of that up here. And just putting this up here on my temples. He has the really sharp cheekbone structure that I need to get those nice defined jawline. I'm gonna go and define the really sharp aspect. So he, like, let's see, right there. So I'm just kind of drawing here how I want my cheek, how much I want my cheek to be cut. There we go, because he's got to really thin my face up. Go in with this really pale, this shade right here in the Kat Von D palette. I believe this one is Lucid, and I am going to take a clean brush. Take this little Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to go down my nose and I'm going to get here on the nostrils, so that gets a little bit more, and then my chin. And I'm going to highlight my lips, cheekbones, So now I'm going in with this, I don't know what this is. This is a Japanese brush, and I'm going to go into this dark shade. This is called Subconscious, and it is also out of the Kat Von D palette. And I'm just going to outline the hollows of my eyes here. Zoom you guys in just a little bit more so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go into the Blood Sugar palette, and I'm going to go into that bright white shade Glucose, because I'm going to go ahead and put that on my lid. Okay. So I'm doing this because his eyes kind of pop out a little bit, you know, they just are, it makes them look a little bit more Edward-y. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, that's just kind of how it looks. All right. Then I'm going to go in with a black liner on my tight line up here, because even though Edward doesn't have like, you know, eyeliner on it, doesn't look like that. It just will make my eyes stand out a little bit more. And this is just a color pop. I think this is the shade Swerve. So I'm going to go in with kind of a bougie shade here. I'm going to go in with the Mothership 1. This is the Subliminal palette. That's the shade Depth. And I'm going to take that because that's actually a good kind of contouring kind of shade. But I'm going to try and I'm going to make that kind of that sad Edward look. Skin is getting wrinkly. It's wrinkling up with all this glue. I'm going to go into that same palette, and I'm going to go in with Extreme Black, and I'm going to put that kind of more in the crease right here to kind of get a little bit more definition. I'm going to go back into that Depth shade, and I'm going to go underneath a little because his eyes are a little bit dark underneath too. That, and then I'm going to go in now with my, this is just kind of a very pale like skin tone shade kind of. I use it to make my eyes look more awake in the morning sometimes. This one is called Larger Than Life, and it's by NARS, and I'm going to go in to further, like, his eyes kind of look a little puffy, so this will make this eye part here, it will make it like look up here kind of a little bit more like puffy sort of underneath. Alright, and then I'm gonna also do that on the top. But I'm gonna blend that before it dries. Go back in with that Extreme Black shade, and I'm just gonna kind of shade right under here a little bit, just to get a little bit more under eye definition too. So now for lips, and I'm gonna go in with my shade Chestnut by MAC. It's like this shade up there, it's just like a chocolatey brown. I'm just going to kind of put it all over my lips at first, and then I'm gonna make that really defined Cupid's bow that Edward has. This is hard, guys. This is hard. This costume is probably one of my most crazy costumes to date. It's just, thank goodness I had my mom help me out a little bit with this, because the costume itself, because I would have not had time to do it all. But the makeup even is kind of difficult to get right. You guys, I've been on here so long, my card died and I had to change out my light too. I think my light was starting to die, so great, now you guys can probably really see the mess that I've made. So, alright, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and, so I kind of got my lips, okay, I don't know. I'm just kind of blending in that kind of chocolatey shade a little bit. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go back and further kind of just touch up and blend out this glue. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this Ultimate Taupe shade and the Pat McGrath palette as well, and then I'm just gonna define the scars a little bit. So they kind of look like they're, you know, there's like a shadow on them. So I'm just gonna go. It just kind of makes them look a little bit more real. Now I'm going to go back in with that Kat Von D shade, and this is highlighted here, but I'm going to try and cut this a little bit. Just want to kind of define the jaw a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to go back and just kind of add a little bit extra eyeshadow where I need to. This is that glucose shade, so just kind of touching up parts that I feel like just need a little bit more. And that Pat McGrath depth shade again. That turns out to be a really nice shade. I feel like that would be a good one for contouring too. So now I have a wig, which I'm not very happy with, but I'm gonna go throw that on. No, it's not the best one. I might trim it a little bit before Halloween, but this is what I have for the wig. It just looks, it's like a little too fluffy, because I feel like he has some like longer pieces, you know, that kind of hang down in his face, and they're like, I might make them like a little more, I don't know. This just may be as good as it gets. But anyway, so I kind of like, I guess, piece it out. I mean, it's kind of messy. His hair in the movie is, you know, in all sorts of different like kind of shapes. It's in a lot of different formations throughout the film. So, you know, it doesn't, I mean, it just is very messy all the time. So I'm like, okay, well, this is okay. I just kind of wanted it to be a little more, like I might cut these sideburns off or like make it like, because I feel like it's more like, kind of like where you can see his ears a little bit too, and then he just has like some of these weird pieces in his face, and this is sticking up, but I don't know. Anyway, so, but this is pretty much it. This is my finished Edward look practice run. I mean, hopefully I can improve some things by Halloween, because, you know, this was kind of my second time doing it, but the first time I was in a huge rush, so I didn't get to do as much detail. So hopefully I can fix a few things, you know, that, you know, I'm not really super happy with right now, but this is it. I wanted to get some Halloween video up for you guys. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching and coming to my little channel over here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!